And answering them with his excellent expertise. So Andrew, what do you got for us?
Hey, good morning, guys. I want to forewarn you, today's is a bit of a heavy lift. So to encourage you to come back for Ask Andrew Live, that is at 9 o'clock this morning. On the A+ app, we'll get a little bit more time that we can dig into this, but I want to give you the basics for now. And this question comes from our good friend Billy in Clinton. In fact, I actually pulled this from our Ask Andrew Live chat last week. So that's a good spot to get your questions submitted. What is the MJO? And how does it impact our weather? So what Billy is referencing is something that we call the Madden-Julian oscillation. And what it is it's a fancy name or fancy term for an area of thunderstorms or low pressure that migrates its way along the Earth's equator. So right here where I'm showing this dashed red line, that's the equator. And what happens is you can get an area of low pressure to form that has a lot of thunderstorms associated with it. That creates a lot of lift and in turn can actually modify the weather pattern as far north is right here in the United States. So what happens is this area of low pressure, once it forms, it actually circles the entire globe in a span of about 30 to 60 days. So for example, the first week of the cycle here, you could have dry conditions over the continent of South America, but as you go into the second or third week cycle, it moves east, that wet weather does, in that area of disturbed weather. Then you start getting a lot of rain, and then it will continue east until it makes a complete circle around the entire globe, and then as you can guess, it repeats itself all over again. So because this is something that is constantly on repeat, we're actually able to track it and we can actually model it. So what I'm showing you here is what the model data looks like. There's 8 different phases to the MJO. And right now we're in phase number 1. So this graph is kind of like looking at the top of the Earth down. And you can see how it's kind of wobbled all over the place here, but it's made a complete track around the globe itself. So right now we're in phase 1, and we know that based on past history, this is what we can expect in terms of weather here in the United States while the MJO is in phase 1. And what I'm showing you here is look at all of the warmth that occurs in phase 1. And it's exactly matching what's going on right now. It's hot not only here, but across much of the nation. So again, based on past history of what we know happens with this cycle, we're able to help predict a little bit more into the long range what could happen here. So it's an interesting another little tool in our toolbox that we can use for both short and long-term forecasting. So we'll dive more into this later this morning, 9 o'clock on the A+ app. Weather anchor Peter Warner will be joining me today, so I'm not by myself. It's always nice to have some company, and we can chit-chat more about that later this morning.